Hello, Jason Meeks here. Second video I'm making today, which is ironic because I don't do videos too often. I actually just mentioned that on my previous video, and this is crazy, but I had got a new understanding of another matter just shortly after recording my previous video about the gas prices. Okay, and this, let me start by saying on July the 17th, I had a series of four separate, on July 17th, I had four separate combinations of visions and dreams. I had three visions and one dream. Okay, earlier I did a video sharing the vision about the significant increase in gas pricing, and I believe is shortly coming our way. But I had a dream that I did not understand it. I could not get the understanding of it, the specific understanding, or at least get a thought, understanding about it that I was comfortable with sharing until shortly after sharing that video about the gas. Okay, so let me start with this dream here. Okay, in the dream, I remember seeing there was a young black man. In the dream, he appeared to be like a teenager, teenage years, maybe 18, 19 years old, somewhere along those lines. And he was with his dad in the dream. And I remember they were in front of some, looked like store or storefront, and they were protesting some sort of injustice that was taking place or took place. I remember as the dream went on, I saw the guy, the young man inside the store. He went inside the store. I actually was inside the store too. And he was wearing a shirt or something saying, "I am a Christian," or something to that regards. Something about he's a Christian or something. I don't remember the details, but something to that regards. He was wearing a black shirt that was saying something about being a Christian. Okay, and I remember in the dream that I really liked the shirt, and I was like, man, I would like one of those shirts. Okay, so at some point in this dream, we crossed paths in the store, and I don't quite remember having a conversation with this young man, but I remember he told me at some point to run away. He told me to run away. Or he said something, either run away or run. I believe he just said, told me to run. And I had a knowing in a dream that he was telling me to run because he was looking to protect me from something that he was about to do. Okay, so I took his word for it and I ran. So in the dream, I ran, and it turns out this young man was planning some type of act of violence. Like now I'm sorry. So at some point he took off this shirt, and now he was going to plan this act of violence in regards to the same thing with the protest, but now it's going to be some type of act of violence. So myself and others outside the store now ran outside the store. And myself and others, we went to the young man's dad, and we was trying to get the dad to convince his son to stop whatever thing he was planning. And I remember the dad told us that it's nothing that he can do to stop him. Like the dad just said it. He was like, "There's nothing I can do to stop him. Like this is gonna happen no matter what now." Okay, so I had this dream on the 17th, and I prayed into it, and it was really trying to get a clear understanding of what exactly is going on with this dream. And today, just shortly after I posted the video about, shortly after I recorded the video about the inflation of the gas prices, I was watching this video about the Congress who got arrested because of this protest in DC or whatever. And it was an interview with Kamala Harris, and this interviewer was telling her about different things that's going on in the world just as of recent. And one of the things that was mentioned was the shooting death of a young man by the name of Jayland Walker, I believe the name is Jayland Walker. And apparently what happened was, this was happened on I want to say July 2nd. I know it was just prior to July the 4th. And this happened in Akron, Ohio. And some kind of way, I don't know if I vaguely heard about this or what, but I don't recall hearing anything about this shooting. Because let me back up a little bit. In this interview with Kamala Harris, she was talking about they were talking about another shooting incident involving police killing of a black man. They said 2 years after George Floyd. So I'm watching this, I was like, so what are they talking about? 2 years after George Floyd? Like, what did I miss? And that's when they mentioned the situation with the shooting death of Jayland Walker. So I'm looking at this, and they show an image of Jayland Walker, and it turns out this is the image of Jayland Walker. This was the same young man that I saw in my dreams. Now, just like I said, I had no knowledge about this situation. As God is my witness, I had no knowledge about this situation, especially no details. To my surprise, I don't know how I missed it. I usually kind of keep up with the news with on the news feeds, Google news feeds and things like that. But for somehow way I missed this. And I was asking my wife, I was asking her if she knew about this, and she said no, she didn't know about it either. So this man, Jayland Walker, this is the young black man that I seen in my dream. This is the exactly person I seen in my dream. Okay, so in the dream I thought he was a teenager. He looked from the dream he looked like he was about 18, 19. And from the picture that they showed during this media clip, he actually looked like a teenager. He looked younger. I think he was actually 25, but he looked like a teenager in this image. Okay, so from there I really got an understanding of what this dream is about. Okay, and so what this dream is showing is that it's just showing that it's going to be in I hope this doesn't happen, but I believe this dream is showing me that this is going to be the fallout of this. I know this happened like a couple weeks ago, but I don't think we even came to the complete fallout of what this is going to happen. I don't know if what's going to happen with the officers, with the case and whatnot, but I believe that it's going to be a much more aggressive fallout with this situation than with other protests. I think other protests that were either peaceful or just kind of mild, or at least were going to be looked at as mild in nature compared to the fallout of this. I believe that just like in the dream when the father was telling this young man, was telling people that there's nothing they can do to stop him, that it's going to be so much of an anger that it's going to be a big, massive fallout. And I believe it's going to be much violence, and like I said, this is just my interpretation of the dream, based on the information I know now to be facts. So, it'd be best that this does not happen, but I believe that it's going to be a very much more aggressive type of fallout because of this act that took place against Jayland Walker. Like I don't know all the full details, but from this dream, it just seemed like there's going to be a very violent fallout because of this thing. Okay, now let's get to some more specific details with the dream here. Okay, I remember the dream, it was a shirt, he was wearing a shirt saying, "I am Christian." And prior to this, after he told me to, he had took off the shirt, and I remember he was telling me to run, or either he one of those happened in one of the which way order. I'm not really sure, but anyway, he took off that shirt, and so it was like, I believe that's showing that it's gonna, with the black community, even the Christians who may have been very peaceful at first, is going to be a fallout even among a very aggressive fallout even among black Christians. That now it's kind of like, man, I have enough of had enough of this, enough of these killings of black men and whatnot. And so it's kind of like I'm taking off Christ, in a way to let my anger out and demonstrate my anger. Okay, that's what I get. That's my interpretation of that particular aspect of the dream. Okay, but I do believe there is going to be people who's going to be trying to create peace in the midst of this situation. I saw myself trying to create peace, trying to stop this violence from taking place, and I believe it's going to be others that's going to preach peace despite this very ugly act, and very tragic act that is going to be a lot of us going to be still preaching peace and unity, and trying to bring try to display love still throughout this evil. And the word of God tells us we overcome evil with good. I know sometimes that can be hard. That can be very hard to do. A lot of times there's a lot of people experiencing a lot of anger and frustration, and it's hard to fathom trying to be loving and good. But that was really the message of Dr. Martin Luther King, to overcome evil, to overcome the evil of racism with good, by doing good and showing love and showing that, there is a better way. And I believe that, myself and others, during the fallout of this situation, I believe, there's going to be some people that's going to, take off Christ and just really all out show their frustration. But I believe there's some others going to be, trying to demonstrate the love and peace of God to help, unify a divided nation. You all be blessed.